I want to talk directly to the moms watching this right now. You found our practice, you researched us, you drove here probably more than once, and you sat in the consultation room, you asked all the questions, watching your child's scans light up, and something clicked for you. You finally had an answer, you finally had a direction, and then you committed. You've been the reason that your child is getting better. And this is what I need to ask you today. And I want you to sit with this question for a second. Who is doing that for you? Every single week in our office, I sit across from moms who are, and I mean this in the most loving way possible, some of the most dedicated, researched, exhausted, running on fumes human beings that I've ever met. They know more about their child, their struggles, and their nervous systems than most pediatricians do. They can talk about sympathetic dominance, about the vagus nerve and its function, and about why their kid can't regulate after school. They become their child's full-time neurological advocate because you've had to. And when I ask them, how are you sleeping? They laugh. Not a happy laugh, not a tired laugh, the I don't even know what sleep feels like anymore laugh. When I ask them, when's the last time that your nervous system actually got to slow down? They go quiet. That's the mom I want to talk to today because here's what the research and our clinical experience tells us is that your nervous system is not a spectator within your child's healing. It's actually an active participant. So let's talk about something called co-regulation. And it's not just a parenting philosophy, it's not a mindset technique either. This is true neuroscience. You see, co-regulation is the process where a calm, regulated adult nervous system helps a child's nervous system find balance. And it happens automatically. It's not something that you do with your words or with breathing exercises, though those things can help. It's something that your nervous system broadcasts, almost like a signal. Think about it this way. Your child's nervous system is learning constantly. It doesn't come pre-programmed with the ability to manage big emotions, to wind down at night, or to recover from a hard day. It learns those things by borrowing the capacity from the regulated adults around them. You see, the vagus nerve is the key player here. It runs from the brainstem all the way down through to the heart, to the lungs, and to the gut. It's the biological brake pedal, the system that shifts your body out of fight or flight and into rest, regulate, and recover mode. So when your vagus nerve is working well, heart rate variability is strong. Your body can move in and out of stress and recover, and your child's nervous system can use yours as a template for calm. But when stress and subluxation, that pattern of neurological interference that we talk about so much in the office, has your nervous system stuck in sympathetic overdrive, your brake pedal doesn't work the way that it should. Just like we talked about with your kiddo, you're constantly running hot, and your child's nervous system feels that. It mirrors it, whether you want it to or not. And the research actually shows that when a parent and a child have good co regulation, their heart rate patterns begin to sync. But when they don't, we often see it show up as a plateau in your child's progress. The scans are improving, they're adjusting well, but the meltdowns are still happening at home. Bedtime's still a battle, and mom is still white knuckling every single day. Now, it's not a parenting failure, that's a nervous system problem, and it's one that we can actually measure. Now, I want to walk you through what we typically see when a mom finally lets us run the insight scans, because it's always eye opening. Now we use three different technologies. The neurothermal scan rolls all the way up the spine, measures temperature differences from one side to the other. Now we're looking for symmetry because your autonomic nervous system controls temperature regulation. It also controls the organs and the tissues. Now when there's stress, subluxation, and neurological interference, that regulation starts breaking down. We see asymmetrical patterns that tell us exactly where stress is being held and what systems are being affected. Now, for moms, this often shows up as disrupted digestion, immune system suppression, and hormonal dysregulation. The things that you've been told are just stress or just getting older. The second test that we use all of the time is what's called the neurospinal EMG. Now, this measures the electrical activity in the muscles along the spine, and it shows us how much tension and energy that the nervous system is constantly burning through just to hold it together. We talk a lot about a pear shape. That's what a healthy pattern looks like. But for moms who come in, we see it inverted. High tension up top, depleted energy in the core. Your body's been in crisis management mode for so long, it doesn't know any other setting. And the last test that we use is heart rate variability. And this is the one that tells us the most because it measures how adaptable the nervous system is. Not just looking at heart rate, but your nervous system's flexibility. So a high HRV means that you have reserve capacity. You can absorb the next hard thing. You can metabolize stress and come back from it. But a low HRV, that's when you're the spilled cup of milk away from losing it. And you know that feeling isn't who you are, though. It's not who you are as a parent. That's your nervous system running out of a buffer. It's not a character flaw, it's a neurological state. For so many moms, these scans look almost identical to what their child's initial scans looked like. Stuck in sympathetic dominance, dysautonomia patterns throughout, and very little parasympathetic reserve. And seeing these results is validating because it confirms what you've been feeling is real. And it gives us a roadmap to actually do something about it. So when moms start getting adjusted, something starts shifting. And I don't just mean for her, because that happens too. But the nervous system controls and coordinates every single system within the body. And when we start releasing that stress and subluxation, activating the parasympathetic system and restoring vagus nerve function, the ripple effect goes everywhere. And most moms often tell us that their sleep changes first, not just falling asleep faster, but actually waking up rested, sometimes for the first time in years. And then energy follows, not the caffeine spike and crash cycle, but real sustained energy that doesn't feel borrowed. Emotional regulation comes next. The short fuse starts to lengthen. The tears that came out of nowhere start to make sense, and then they show up less. There's more capacity to be present. Hormone patterns begin to regulate. You see your HPA axis, which is the system that governs stress hormones and reproductive hormones, and your cortisol rhythm, or that big stress hormone, it's directly influenced by the nervous system. So when subluxation stops jamming that signal, things actually start to balance. And this is the part that affects the whole family. Because as mom's nervous system comes back online, the co regulation that was supposed to happen naturally actually starts happening. Kids who were plateauing start moving again, not because we changed the care plan or changed the adjusting protocol, because the nervous system that they were learning regulation from finally had something more to offer. And we say it this way: calm mom equals calmer children, which then equals a calmer family. Now, it's not a guilt statement, it's truly based in neuroscience. Now, I know what some of you are thinking. I don't have the time. My kids come first. I'll take care of myself once things settle down. And I want to offer you a different frame because taking care of your nervous system isn't self indulgence. It's not stepping away from your family. It's one of the highest leverage things that you can do for your family. You've been your child's greatest advocate. You found our practice. You've shown up every single week, and you've done the hard thing over and over again because you believed that it would help your child. Now, that same belief, that same investment, your nervous system deserves it too. Not because you've earned a break, not as a reward, because your healing is part of your family's healing. Now, the insight scans take about 10 to 15 minutes. They're painless, they're objective, and they show you exactly what's happening beneath the surface. There's no guessing, no, it's probably just stress, there's no brushing it off. So, this is what I want you to do right now. If you've been nodding along to this video, everything that I'm saying, if you've been thinking that's me more than once, I want you to DM the office the word turn because we want to personally reach out to you, talk you through what your scans would look for, and get you scheduled. Now, in this month, the month of May, we're making space for the moms in our practice because you've done so much else for everyone within the family. Now it's your turn.